It's a wild time to be alive, in the age where AI is on the edge of becoming the Terminator or sex bots.
Hello, handsome.
Where hedge funds are buying up all the homes so we can all own nothing and like it. The dollar is weaker, the economy is wheezing to death on the soon-to-be non-existent Social Security, and in the midst of all this uncertainty, Gen Z can no longer afford luxury brand coffee. Some brave TikTok users decided to make coffee at home, and it has now led to the, and I quote, fourth wave coffee movement. They act as if they've discovered fire. I guess the Folgers commercials from the early 2000s were just a fever dream.
The best part of waking up is Folgers in your...
Of course, this phenomenon has led to news articles covering another nothing burger in our dreary lives.
Gen Z coffee lovers discover new way to combat insane Java prices with new home cafe trend.
Gen Z splits the atom by discovering coffee filters. Will the miracles never cease?
It's out with overpriced oat milk lattes and in with DIY coffee culture. Gen Z TikTokers are ditching the expensive morning coffee runs and instead transforming their kitchens into cozy custom coffee shops, complete with menus, pastries, and even barista uniforms in an attempt to save money.
Spoiler alerts, they don't.
We are truly in the death throes of late-stage capitalism when Gen Z makes their own coffee, but are so desperate for the illusion of wealth, they even dress up like baristas to serve themselves. God help us all. You think I'm joking though, but some of these people are posting on TikTok that they are recycling Starbucks plastic cups, aka reusing them. So when they're out and about around the town, they have brand recognition. People who can't balance checkbooks need to have brands. It's a fresh kind of madness. There is literally so much here between the gay articles that praise this crap and enough TikToks to drive any man with testosterone levels over 216 crazy, so we're just going to jump into it. The first video encapsulates the fate that awaits all single, childless women who will make up 45% of our population by 2030. None of them have a dress size in the single digits, and they all have BMIs in the triple digits. There's one man lying about the floor like a dog. He's a human pug, doing tricks for women who have cankles. There, but for the grace of God go I. Since this video is copywritten music, for tunes no one under the age of 100,000 gives a about, you'll have to make deal with me explaining what the living hell is going on. And it's a nightmare.
Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave. The more I get to you, the strangers in blue, yeah. Now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the gloom on the grave. But I can't hit those anymore. I used to be able to sing that. You get the hell out!
I turned my apartment into a cafe and went into debt for social media posting. The room is loaded with an obscene amount of pastries. There is no way this woman has enough friends and the odd neighbor that rolls in to sell all of these. It's a weird TikTok LARP where food is most certainly wasted, and somehow this owns Starbucks.
Oh, there are soy lattes, huh? That explains the men. Look at them. If you even call those males. This shit is more scripted than a wrestling match written by Vince McMahon featuring Logan Paul.
Yeah, feed those dead carbs to your fat sisters. One of them has an ass so wide it puts a Toyota Tundra crew cab to shame. In the beginning, you see her laying down a carpet on the floor. This is psychological shit crap and a little bit of practicality. You'll notice that she spills some of her ingredients. Clearly, she's doing this because it's a trend on TikTok. You notice that all these women use brown paper menus on a white backdrop. It's so strange to see people act like creative robots, following the rigid guidelines set in place by the Riz gods, while pretending they're so clever and original and free.
Older generations have been brewing their Java at home for years, so while it might not look like anything new to some, this trend isn't just about frugality.
How is there any frugality? They're spending hundreds of dollars on pastries.
It doesn't make any sense. Any sense.
It's also about creativity, fun, and bringing people together.
Well, shit on me. Gen Z figured out how to have a get-together. Haven't heard of those before. Can't wait till they discover barbecuing and how they will revolutionize that with soy beef and sustainable chicken wings.
Yes!
It'll be fun, creative, and bringing people together with some frugality. Take that, KFC. I only spent $1,000 to make a 45-second video.
Let's host a Saturday coffee shop at home. First thing I made was a big menu to hang on the wall and
White wall, brown paper. Haven't seen that 20 times today. Carol and Ale? I guess his name is Al, but they spelled it with an E? Try to tell me America isn't great when women in this country can LARP that they have a cafe on the weekend for fun. They're literally cosplaying as baristas for shits and giggles, while real baristas are trying to form a union so they can go on strike against Starbucks.
Strike is to protest all the unresolved unfair labor practice charges and to push for improved wages, benefits, and staffing. Starbucks has not acted in accordance with the path forward that they agreed to last year, and we deserve a fair contract.
She is stunning and brave.
then I used my printer to make stickers with our logo to personalize our coffee mugs and cups. Then it was time to set up the coffee station with different syrups, cups, mugs, and coffee to have everything on hand. We had a mix of homemade and store-bought coffee shop goods like tarts, croissants, cakes, quiche, yogurt, and bread.
I can only imagine how much money they spent on this dumb shit. So the wife could post on TikTok like a 12-year-old giving unrestricted access to her father's credit card. The wildest thing is they didn't even make everything. They just ran to a store and bought most of these pastries.
And I took on waitress duties to take all the orders for the barista, aka my husband.
Oh, nice. This is totally her idea, and the husband has to make all the drinks.
You know, it reminds me of that phrase, happy wife, happy life. No, it should be, happy wife, you have no life.
The best-selling drink was iced latte, but he also made a lot of Americanos, cappuccinos, and pour-overs. Of course, we had flowers and Wi-Fi, and we created a drink station for the guests with different types of milk and OJ. It was such a fun morning with friends and family, and we can't wait to do it again.
This video is nothing but excess. These people blew a ton of cash so the wife could make a 41-second video to follow an online trend for her own ego, honest to God. You know this is about her. I don't think the husband woke up one day and said,
Honey, I think I need to be a barista this weekend.
Stuff like this is why men don't want to get married. Not only can she take half of your stuff and your kids if you have any, but she can turn you into a goddamn Starbucks barista on a whim for TikTok. Mix those drinks, you little monkey. That's just the beginning of this. There's literally countless videos, and there may be more, so be ready. Oh, crap. I forgot to tell people to subscribe to this shit.